This
IAM.
conference will now be recorded.
So today we are talking about IAM related, right? So in IAM, what is IAM? Why do we need IAM? Like some questions and answers, right? So in this scenario, what is IAM exactly? So what is IAM? Means identity and access management. You already know. So in this IAM, we are going to discuss more into the user related stuff. So there we can go with the groups and users and all. So in this, like, what are the different users we have? So what are the different users? Fast, Shravya, Mamata, Praveen, anyone? What are the different users we have? Root user and IAM user. So we will not get root user access anytime. You already know who is managing the root user, accounting team or security team. And what is the different ways to create the user? One is you can go with management console. Then second one is the command line. Third one is like we can add into the user into like some cloud formation template we can use to create. So like different ways we can create. So then coming to what are the different ways to what are the user access keys and secret keys? So how many access keys and secret keys we can create, Sravya?
Sir.
What is the use of the access keys and secret key?
So to get secure access.
To get the to access the third party tools. To access the third party tools, we need the access keys and secret keys. So and also this access keys and secret keys is used for the API third party tool to connect from API or third party tool or any program, or like the different ways we can able to access this. Okay, then coming to how to rotate the access keys. How to rotate the keys, this is most important. How to rotate the keys. So how to rotate the keys means we can rotate the keys by disabling access keys and recreating the new one, and we can apply the same key in application wherever we are using. So that is the one more important. Now coming to what is the role and how to create the create and manage the roles. So what is the use of role before going to keys, right? So first of all, keys point of view, what is keys, you understand. See, keys are the access keys, like it is generating two things. One is the access key and secret key. We can generate two keys maximum, and we can rotate them whenever, like for security reason, and we can enable and we can disable the access keys whenever you want. And also you can, if you disable the access keys, still user can able to log in, because user and access keys are completely different. Yeah, and one more most important, where the access keys, secret keys will store.
.aws.
Yeah, in home directory, .aws directory, it is creating all these keys related. Okay, so then coming to yeah, that's all about the keys. So how to configure the command line? How to configure the command line using access keys and secret keys?
Can you come again?
How to configure command line using access keys and secret keys?
How to configure?
AWS configure. We can use AWS configure, then it will ask you access keys, then it will ask you secret keys, then it will ask you the region, and which region you want to access. You need to provide the region ID, and then there is a output like tabular format it will display, and we can use tabular format or JSON format or whatever it is. The output is displayed in the tabular format if you mention that output is table. Otherwise, it will go with the JSON format like different. So, like WR PowerShell, I am going to PowerShell now. Yeah, this is the command we can use to configure the AWS. See, then it is asking keys and all. So this is US East 1, East 2, like that. So then this is the one. So otherwise, if we say question mark, or I don't know what exactly what are the options available, configure. JSON maybe. So this is not the format. I don't know actually. So I know that the output, we have the JSON format, we have the tabular format. Tabular means the output will display in the table format. JSON means it will generate the program format, program point of view. That is the access keys and secret keys and all about the user keys and all. So, and how to secure the root access? How to secure the root access? How to secure the root access? By not enabling access keys and secret keys, one. Then we need to enable the multi-factor authentication, and we can give the complex password also, and MFA as well. So these are all of the different options we can enable. Root user is more secure and all. So that is the one thing. Then coming to, yeah, what is the role? What is role?
We are defining specific permission to a user.
No. Role is applied for the
Collection of users.
No. Role is applied for the services within AWS. The role is not for user. Role is not for group. Role is just for role is applied for a services within AWS. So that is the most important. So the role and user as well as group all are having same policy only. So that policy we will talk about. But the role is we can customize the role, we can create the role, and we can assign the permission to the role, and that role is assigned to the service within AWS. While communicating between two services, we can provide this role. For example, you want to provide the role in between monitoring tool to AWS, some other services, so that it will monitor. So I explained already about there is a snapshot concept. Snapshot is taken by monitoring tool like CloudWatch, but the volume is from EC2. You need the role in between these two like that. So that is the role kind of thing. Then coming to the last most important is about the policy. So policy is, what is policy? Fast. Policy is the actual permission.
Set of rules that can be applied.
Yeah, actual permission.
To
Simply
user groups,
policy is the permission to whom we are giving permission.
User
Which
groups.
user, what
Yeah,
type
user,
of, yeah.
group, and role. These three are associated with any one of the policies. So what are the different types of policy? Now you are understand. You got what is policy. If someone asks you what is policy, you understand. Why policy, you understand. It is just giving permission. So then coming to what are the different policies we have?
AWS managed policy and customer managed
Customer
policy.
managed policy.
Or
So
manage.
yeah, the policy is written in which language?
It's
Yes.
JSON.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
written in
Yes.
JSON. Yeah. What are the syntax? What are the comments in JSON? I mean, like this policy.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, the comments, like, what are the fields in policy? Like
You mean head?
yeah,
You mean
like
how we create a policy?
no, like while creating, we
No,
have three
for
things really. Suppose you are creating the policy, right? While creating the policy, it has three components.
Okay.
What are those components? One is
Related to security or
action.
something?
Action is allow or deny, not action. The first option is different. Let me show you that. If you go to the any policy, admin policy, for example, if you go to the admin policy, this policy is written in JSON script. I already explained. If you see these three are the main components. So one is effect, action, and resources. Effect, you need to remember these three. Effect is allow or deny. Action is what type of action you want to provide on this. Resources means what type of resources you want to provide. You got it, I think, right? You guys understand? Sravya, Mamata?
Can you please repeat? I mean, it's effect. Effect can be allowed or denied, and
Only
action
two
and
components.
resources.
Yeah. Action means what action you want to allow or deny.
I
Like
mean you're giving access to all
reboot
the
or
users or
delete or create, what type of action you want to allow or deny.
Sir, what was the question for this again? I'm
The
sorry.
question is like statements. Like we can say, what are the statements?
Okay.
What are the statements in policy? There is three statements: effect, action, and resources. Effect has two things: allow or deny. Action is based on the service. We have different actions. For example, if you take any database creation, database deletion, database modification, database reboot, or whatever options. Those are all actions. You got it, right? So then on which database? Suppose there is a 10 databases. Which database you are talking about? That is the resource. You got this point, I think, right? Still questions here?
No.
No, right? So that is the one more important. What are the different category of the category of the policies are like AWS managed policy and customer managed policy. Customer managed policy means we can create that policy. AWS managed means AWS is created that policy. So, but there is a system admin related, or like the job functionality also they categorized actually. So job functionality means system admin job, database administration policy. Like some policies are categorized as a based on the job, like database admin, system admin. So system admin is one job, right? In company. So like that, they categorized it into some policies also. And can we edit this policy?
Yes, we can edit the policies.
Yes, we can edit.
But here the most important thing is we can edit
We
the
can't
policies
edit.
we created. But
Yes, we can't
previous
edit
mandate
AWS.
policies we can't create, we can't edit.
Yes.
So that is also one more important again. So then coming to this policy is written in JSON script, you know, right? JSON format. And policy has three things like statement and versioning and all that also. So now coming to what is MFA?
Multi-factor authentication.
Authentication.
Yeah,
It
multiplication. So what type of
added
yeah, how to why do we need to enable for more security? How to enable you already know, right? So you can explain you if in case if you get the same question. Like any questions up to now, up to 12 questions before proceeding. Yeah. Now coming to what is the this is the most important. What is the permissions boundary?
Boundary.
Yeah. So the permission boundary means Shravya,
In policy. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
Shravya, go ahead and tell me what is permission boundary.
You explain, sir. You'll explain better.
Yeah. Anyone?
As per my knowledge, I'm not sure, but I think when we set the policy, in the policies also we can restrict some permissions according to the, what the user can be assigned. So that can be set using permission boundaries.
Yeah. So that means the meaning here, exactly the meaning here is, suppose for example, you have the high level permission and low level you can do anything, no problem. You got it? You have the administrator information, you can do anything. So you have the low level permission, but that low level permission will give you the high level option sometime. So you don't want to allow him to do the higher level operation even if he has the access. Got it?
No, can you repeat again?
That means the example watchman, he has the complete access, right, to your house. Watchman, if you put the one watchman, he
Yes,
has
sir.
access to you are giving the keys also to him so that he
Yes.
has the access to your house, but he
Yes.
is not supposed to come to your house.
Yeah.
Means he has the access, but he is not supposed to. You are restricting. In the
We are
same way,
restricting
yeah, in the same
permission.
way, suppose IAM user, for example, IAM user is just user, one user, IAM user, that means one user is having IAM access. You understand? He is just L1 person, he is managing only user administration. He himself, he can create his own admin permission also. Got it? Suppose, Mamata, you are the L1 engineer, you have the IAM access, for example, right?
Okay.
If I give the IAM access to you, IAM can change the permission, right? Then you can change your own permission as the administrator.
Yeah, because I have access to IAM.
You have the access, but I don't want to give that access.
Okay.
That means that is the permission boundary.
You are restricting it. That's it.
Yes, we are. You got all the access, but you are restricting the access. That is the boundary. We are setting some boundaries for you.
Got it.
That means like you have the higher level access, but still we don't want to allow him to go into the higher level. Got it? You have the access, no option, you should have that, but we need to set up some boundary. That is the permission boundary access. I think you understand the meaning.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is very much important interview question. If anyone not clear, I'll explain one more time. Praveen, you understand?
So what I understood is like if you're giving some permissions to user and you can
Yeah, suppose
also restrict those
unfortunately
permissions.
he has the some higher level access, but we don't want to allow him to execute some specific tasks within that accesses.
Got it. Yeah.
So that there is no option to remove the remove from the IAM, but still we want to
Got it.
restrict him. Yeah, like now suppose if we assign the IAM access to a specific user, right? Then the IAM can do anything.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now you are very clear about policy boundary. So policy boundary, then why do we need tags? What is tags first of all?
Tags is some kind of a naming convention you give it to a resource
Exactly.
to
Identification or
identify
something.
a resource.
It's just identification. So where can we use this?
Anyway,
It can be used anywhere.
yeah.
Like
It can be used
yeah.
anywhere. Example, 2 examples.
When you create a server,
Tag.
Yeah,
So you can name.
for the volumes. I told you one
tag.
example
Yeah.
also. For volumes, means like while explaining, right? For them, yes, I use this tag or so and so place like that. We need to explain. For example, if someone asks me what is tag means, like I can say tag is just a uh, providing some what we can say like comments on for the resources. These tags we can use in many places while writing the programs or while writing some APIs and all. For example, I am using one tag for backups while taking the snapshots. Whatever the volumes which is having backup equal to S, then only those volumes are taking the snapshot. So like that we can use the tag. And also for example, all development users I want to know, or all development servers I want to get the report or list. Otherwise I want to delete, I want to shut down all the development servers. So I can use the tags for that. You got it? So like that categorization. So don't use anytime like delete or shut down words. Those words they don't like it actually. The people who are taking it. So you got it, I think, right? Where we are using the tag.
Yeah.
Then how do you know the account expiry date? This is exercise for you, I think. AWS account expiry date. Using command line only we can do actually. By default, directly we can't positive. AWS account expiry. How to check my account expiry date? This is for root user, but we need for the normal user. Yeah, you can find from tomorrow till tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to waste time here. So, but at least outline you understand, right?
Yeah.
Free limits are different. That is free tier. So, but IAM user, we are looking for the IAM user, AWS IAM, IAM user, yeah, this one. We need to know creating, okay, somewhere like password expiry policy. You can spend little bit time, and definitely we can how to notify the user password expiry. So these type of questions also important actually. This type of like how to notify IAM user when password or as access keys expire. So the answer is we can write the small script for that like that. So that's why I told you, right? We need to write the script for that. So for that, here see all users list be collected, and here this is expiry date equal is not equal to expiry date is equal to. So the most important thing here is this one. You can tell them the same thing, like we can write the expiry, we can write the so we are checking like for the command actually get credential report. This one, this is the one. AWS IAM credential report and query. This is the main one. So under that lot of data it is displaying, but out of that we need to grab whatever rest of all nothing. Rest of all like from output, whatever output we are collecting the data. That's all. So you guys are understanding what is the meaning, right? So here AWS IAM get credential report is the question. You can explain this is the one. We can get from the get credential, get hyphen credential hyphen report is the one of the thing. So there we can query like that. How to rotate the access keys and secret keys. So before proceeding, you got this point, right?
In command line, if we give this.
Yeah, command line only. GUI is not possible. I told you right.
Yeah.
Only command line. So rotating axis keys also you already know. So if we delete the user, can we access the keys? Keys will work.
No, sir.
Yeah, you
If we
can check.
delete the user.
If you delete the user.
Yeah, if we delete the user, the access keys and secret keys will work or not. Right. So, for example, this is the user, right? So, suppose for example there is no access keys and secret keys. Okay. So there is a access keys and secret keys are there. I am creating one more also. Two access keys and secret keys are there. Suppose if I select this and delete, there is no user at all for keys purpose, right? So that's why the answer is no. We can't get the. See, first of all, there should be a user to see the keys first of all. You got it?
Right.
So the reverse way, if we delete the keys, still user is accessible.
Yes, it's accessible. Yes.
So if we delete the user, keys are not available. If we delete the keys, the user can able to log in.
Yes.
Can log in, yes. So then what is SAML? For this also you need to spend at least 30 minutes or 1 hour to understand this. 1 hour or 2 hours also still worth. You guys can spend time tomorrow till tomorrow. The meaning of SAML is only theoretically we can able to manage. Our job is just they will provide the keys and we can upload into the AWS. But in the back end there is a lot of there is a Windows team, there is a third-party team. These are all people are working with the same. So that I will explain tomorrow. But in the meantime, you guys can spend time so that it is easy for you. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand these three things. Okay, for these three things, you guys need to spend at least 2 to 3 hours
Okay.
minimum. Yeah. Then what is the best practice you will follow while creating the IAM user? So you can say, like, we are using some um, cloud formation templates to create the user by providing the policies and all. That is the one option, and we can use the GUI also, and we can also enable the user policies like minimum characters, and also we can enable the user should change the password at the beginning after login, right? So we can enable that feature. So like that we can enable some options. So then coming to what is please explain the IAM policy structure. This is the question. Previously, I tried to ask you one question, right? The structure is three things it is having, like mainly, like uh, what is the first one?
Treatment
Uh,
of it.
Allow or deny, then action and resources. The
Resources.
first one is, what is the first one?
Allow.
Allow or deny.
Allow or deny. What is
Effect.
the
Effect. That's
effect?
effect.
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 The word is effect we need to.
Effect.
Yeah.
Effect, action, and resource.
Exactly, yeah. So that is the structure of this thing. Is it possible to monitor the activity of the IAM users? Yes. How can we
Yes.
monitor?
Cloud trial.
By the
In CloudTrail. CloudTrail, we can CloudTrail. It will collect all the information also. But if you want to, that is the one place where you, if you remember, in CloudTrail there is an option like Insight. There is an option like Insight. We can enable Insight, and it will give the a report also. Each user related like that. If you remember, like in CloudTrail. Then which are the key features of AWS IAM? Key features means like the user security keys, not those keys. Like key features means just what is the use of IAM user, like that. Explain best practice of managing the AWS resources. Okay, what are the 5 top security credentials in IAM? This is important. One is key and the email address and password and username and password, access keys and multi-factor authentication. These are all of the different ways we can use. These are all of the different ways we can use to manage this thing. So that is the one more most important. Now coming to here, is IAM global service or regional specific service? That means, is there any user in Virginia, user in California, like that? This is the global service. Remember, this is the global specific service, but in each region it has the specific links also. Like if you go to the IAM, then here you can see the it says global. Can you see this? All regions are disabled. That means this is the global service. Even the global service, even if it is global service, even if it is global service, then there is a account settings. It will show you all the regions IDs. So this is the global service, like, and in that the global endpoint also different from the each region endpoints also. So these are all active in case one region is down. So still you can able to access the IAM service from the another regions, like that. Still you can able to access the from another region. So that is the most important. I think you guys understand, I think. So go ahead, any questions here about the uh, meaning of this? And then coming to what is the global service? What are the temporary security credentials? What are the temporary security credentials means?
These passwords will change regularly, I guess, but I'm not sure for what it is used.
Even I'm not sure.
I think it's temporary access keys.
Maybe access keys and secret.
Or security keys.
Sometimes.
I mean, if we want to create a user for specific amount of time, like you assign
People are
permissions.
the temporary accuracy credentials are short term, as name implies. They can configure the last of anywhere from few minutes of the server.
Yeah.
When the user requests it automatically.
Where no longer recognize them follow. Yeah, but I think we need to understand where we can generate this and all. Scenarios, temporary credentials, identifying this. Yeah, this is the okay. That's why, like whenever we implement this SAML and all, that time we can use those credentials. Like that is like temporarily it is regenerating always the keys, right?
Yeah, and I think that can be done by this AWS STS, Security Token Service or something.
Yeah, security token services only will enable, I think.
Yeah, I
This
think.
AWS STS services.
Yeah, whenever the user requests for login or something, it will give and it will get disabled automatically, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. So AWS STS services. Yeah. This STS service is kind of third party. Not exactly the AWS.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of single sign-on.
Yeah, it's a token thing. Yeah.
It's like a third party thing. So yeah, you can try to explore today. So I will also try to explore tomorrow, and I will explain about this. Yeah. So is IAM global service understand? So STS service, what is AWS STS service? What is principal in IAM? What is principal in IAM? Principal means which user, like who is logging like that, which user is logging like that. Got it? So like while creating the policy, if you see like AWS IAM policy, AWS POLICY policy GENERATOR generator. If you go to the policy generator, right, you can go to the policy generator, AWS policy generator here. Yeah, if you go to the AWS policy generator, can you see this? There is a principal. Effect
Yes.
is yellow or deny. Action, you know, what resources you know. The principal means which user is going to be. If I say star, this policy is applicable for all users. Got it? So anyone. Otherwise, particular user, like particular specific user you want to define, or anyone you want to define. So that is the one important. Just a principal meaning. Then organization. Also, we need to understand 2 to 3 things here. One is SSO, single sign-on, and STS, 2 things, and these 3, CyberArk, CyberArk integration, and what else? SAML and AD
OpenAI.
and SAML. So if you understand up to this, that's all. You are all set. But 1 hour, at least not 1 hour, 3 hours, 2 hours to 3 hours time you need to spend on these topics. More than 3 hours, still worth it, because you will not lose single question from this if you know all this. So this we will discuss tomorrow, but meantime I will also explain tomorrow. Okay, you guys also spend time and I will also explain. But this organization is the global level account, like in company. So you also need to decide like how many accounts in your company. Accounts means it's not user account, it's like AWS account, the main account. So you have like 10 accounts, for example. You may have 10 accounts. These 10 accounts are connected with one account. This is called organization account. This organization account is managing the user credentials and all. The actual credentials are with this user only. So the rest of the users, these are all are the normal users. Not normal users, normal accounts. So these all accounts are managed from the one account. This is called organization account. Sometimes you can say like this is managed from the security team, like that. Otherwise, that depends on how you are comfortable. So if you go to, there is a organization account. If you see, there is a concept like organization. If you click on organization, it is taking you to manage the organization here. See, this is the account. If you add the add account, so these are all our normal accounts. You can just add the accounts here, your account name, then you can say email ID and what role you are assigning to this account. So then add like that, so that these accounts are adding. So inviting an existing account, other accounts by sending the email. So you'll see some email address, you'll see some email for this. So like that, this guy will receive the email in 24 hours to create an organization account like that. So that means they need to accept, but this is the same account. That's why you don't see that anything. But no, 2022. It's look like this is it is over 1 year. Yeah. So you guys understand the meaning, right? Organization meaning. If you have the time, you can spend time on this organization also. One more 30 minutes like that. Yeah, that's all. So these are all are the organizational account and SSO and all. So we'll talk about that. So then we are almost there. So tomorrow mostly we will discuss 2 modules at least. Okay. So and also I have a plan to start around 2:30, 2 o'clock, 1 to 3 something. I am planning another one more hour, 1 or 2 hours. So let's see. Yeah, as of now, at least we are in better shape at least. If you review the whole videos, then you are almost you can able to manage any interview questions and all. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone. If any questions, anyone? No questions.
No, but before we close, I just have one thing to ask. Uh, there was a question like how to secure the root account, right?
Mm.
So, few things are like, by multi-factor authentication or by few security things, we can secure the root account.
Yeah.
And by disabling the access keys or, the secret keys, is that it is because
That is also
you're
rotating the keys as the one more one more. Most that no. The feature is like we should not enable keys for the root.
Okay. Is that because if you give normal access,
Exactly. That may
we
be that the credentials may be going here and there, and so many people may be access.
okay, got it.
That
Yeah.
way, root access accounts are not, I mean, enabled with.
Yeah. Access.
That is the
Yeah.
one security policy.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Got it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. So we'll discuss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Saida, can I have your email ID?